Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you week 2 of WWC. Your Chicago Beartics taking on Fleesh and the Columbus Mews, going back-to-back against Columbus teams. No team builder again, but we're bringing Urshifu. It's Life Orb this time, not Banded, with Sucker Punch. I do have Fortress, Dual Hazards, plus Spin and Volt Switch, Scarf Gengar, Expert Belt Mammo, Defensive, or Spadef, Rotom with Light Screen, and Roost, Swords Dance, Bulky Charizard. So I'm going to go ahead and challenge here to a WWC tier. Oh, Fortress is fully defensive. That way I can maybe take a hit or two from Cloyster. Fleesh also has Pyukumuku, which is part of why I didn't bring Serp, with the fact that there are two unaware Mons sitting on that side of the field, so bringing Serp didn't make a lot of sense. Charizard is not going to do a lot. I need Clefable down before I can get Charizard rolling. Frostlass could come. I don't know which Savali comes versus me. It's just more than likely Savali's coming. Megazam, obviously the unaware Clef would be my guess, unless he brings both Pyukumuku and Clef, and has Clef as Magic Guard and Pyukumuku is unaware. Reconnect. Close that. Magneton came over Vileplume, otherwise 5 of 6. Probably Scarfed or Eviolite in order to try and trap my Fortress. But I can Volt Switch out. But it's probably going to be Magnet Pull. Scarfed with Hidden Power Fire to knock me to Sturdy. I think leading Rotom Wash is still like my ideal play here. It just hits everything hard. So I think just lead the washing machine on the Magneton. Yeah, so he did predict the Fortress lead. Would have been really good to have gone in and led Charizard against that. Magneton. Just assume UU. If it's Specs, it's going to do 51 to 61 to me, which is going to make it impossible for me to hit the, or deal with the Cloyster. Oh, Fortress can deal with Cloyster. I kind of want to just Volt Switch and see what he does, because he could predict Mammo and go for the Flash Cannon. So I think that's what I'm going to do. He Volt Switches. So going Mammo would have been nice there. Goes into Coma O. And I'm going to go right into my Mammo. Icicle Crash doing 61 to 73. A Body Press would hurt, but crashing right here just to put it in range would be great. Mamoswine is really only here for Magneton check. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do anything to really scare Cloyster with it. Savali Fairy. Okay. So the Savali Fairy is going to end up being his check to I'm gonna assume it's Swords Dance. 43 to 51, 32. It's defensive. Yeah, so that's his direct check to my Urshifu. Could go for a multi-attack to do that. He's got to be fully defensive or HP invested. Yeah, he's definitely defensive. Or carrying a lot of defense. Let's just go with a... what is defense up? Special attack down. I cannot think of that off the top of my head. Ambush, that's it. Impish nature. Yeah, if he's fully spit off Impish nature, that's about right for Crash. I'm gonna go for the Earthquake, just to see what he wants to do. 40%. Parting shots. Okay. So he's gonna pivot and try to go Cloyster. And my guess is Shell Smash on me. If I was in his position, that's where I'd go, is into Cloyster to Shell Smash. I'm going to stay in if he wants to Shell Smash and go for as much damage as I can at -1 to put it in range of Urshifu. Smash Cloyster. If I go to -1 defense, Urshifu, Sucker Punch does 55 to 65, so I would need, yeah, he's gonna try and smash now, against Mamo. Mamo swing at -1 attack. I'm gonna go for the Earthquake to get as much damage as I can for Urshifu Sucker Punching. But I could very easily get 6-0'd here by the Cloyster. But I'm not going to give him a free Shell Smash. Oh, that's if I minus the defense. 51% goes for liquidation. Okay, so I am not sure if he is the Smash set. I'm going to put him on a Toxic Timer just in case. And I'm not going to put him on a Toxic Timer. And I lose this game now. I should have just gone for an attack. I should have just gone for an attack. Because I don't even think Max defense +2. Oh no, Fortress lives it. Never mind. Fortress lives it, I Volt Switch, and then I pivot into Urshifu to Sucker Punch. Okay. Or I don't. Okay, alright, never mind. Talking out of my ass again. So that's his big threat gone there. I forgot. this massive ball. So now it becomes a game of what do we play first. And I think I'm going to go into Rotom, just so I can pivot again. He could go Magnezone. Gonna go Como-O. Como-O versus Magnezone. Or, Rotom Wash. Como-O. Omni Boost. I'm gonna set screen. Okay. Wrong screen. Good to know. And Thunderbolt. Just to try and do whatever I can. Ooh, this is bad. This is actually really bad. I did not expect D-Dance Como-O. That's why I'm light screen and not reflect. Yeah, he called me. Okay, so I have to keep Gengar around. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I have to keep Gengar around. That is the only thing that beats that, Como-O. So I have to be very careful about my switches here, and what I sack and what I don't. Ooh, that's dangerous. Okay, whatever comes out, I'm going to Volt Switch on. And try to draw Urshifu in, because once I get Urshifu in, I'm pretty free to just click move. Yeah, I need to get Urshifu in so I can click move. I need to get Urshifu in right now. Either sacking Fortress or pivoting. I have to get Urshifu in. He goes into Clefable. Okay, well, I'm going to set stuff if I can, which I can't. Okay, so what do we do here? I'm surprised he brought dual Fairy. Clefable. I lost my screen. Go Gengar. Sludge Wave is going to do the most. I could double on the Magneton. Actually, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to double on the Magneton. Just for Thunder Wave. Okay, that's fine. I don't particularly care about that, because I'm not a speedy variant. Tickled, and I get fully parried, so he has no idea what I went for. Oh, that was Urshifu. That's the one I need. Fortress went down. Okay. I still win this game with Gengar. The problem is I need to save something to sack so I can switch moves. And that Como-O is a massive problem right now if it gets a D-Dance up. Because if I lock into Sludge Wave... Actually, how much is Sludge Wave doing to... Alakazam, Mega, Special Sweeper... Sludge Wave does a good chunk to Como-O. Defensive, 42 to 50. Okay. So I can lock into Sludge Wave if I get the Como-O hit. So ideally he would go... Yeah, he's going to go Como-O. Charizard... +2. Flare Blitz doing 50 to 60. If I can hit the Flare Blitz and not be parried, he's going to Outrage. Okay. Alright, that is problematic. But he actually loses the... He loses this now, because he can't switch and I can just Scarf Dazzling Gleam. Okay, alright. We got this. I have Urshifu I can switch into Sludge Waving. As long as Urshifu doesn't die here. Immune. I Sucker Punch. I kill. And I Sludge Wave for the victory. The rest of the way. Because I'm going to Poison Jab this thing to do as much damage as I can. Alright, so I need to clear off that. That. And Zam. Yeah, so I Poison Jab this. Fable. Utility. Yeah, Poison Jab into Sludge Wave. Because I burn the berry. Misses that. That's unfortunate. Urshifu might actually finish this game. Yep, Urshifu's going to finish the game. On the back of Urshifu. Oh, I had to play that so carefully. And I managed to do it. It's not clean by any means. So let me see if I can get him for a post-game. And if so, I will get him on. If not, then I will let you guys know. Alright guys, so we do have Fleisch here for a post-game interview. Why the double fairy? That's like my biggest question when I first saw that it was Savali Fairy, is why did you bring a double fairy type versus me? I know Urshifu's there, but...
It was mainly for Urshifu, and I went over and I kept changing the type. I had Bug at one point, and I kept changing it like a million times, and there was no one type I wanted, but I wanted Parting Shot without that 4 times weakness, so I settled on Fairy, because at least then I could come in on Urshifu, or whatever it's pronounced, a couple times, worst case scenario, and live whatever that Wicked Blow or whatever that attack is.
Yeah. Wicked Blow is such a nightmare of a move just because it guarantees crits. Were you Shell Armor on your Cloyster? Or Skill Link?
I was not. I was Skill Link.
Okay.
I was Skill Link. I had Icicle Spear and Rock Blast as well.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 when facing an Urshifu, whether or not to run Skill Link or Shell Armor. Shell Armor actually stops Wicked Blow from critting. We tested this, a couple of us did, and found out Shell Armor prioritizes. So, yeah, were you...
Admittedly, I didn't think of that, but...
Yeah. Were you expecting Banded or Scarfed and not Life Orb?
I was expecting Scarf.
Scarf, Urshifu? Okay, that makes sense then.
So I was getting really nervous. Yeah, I was really nervous about dual Scarf. That was something that crossed my mind just to deal with that Zam. And then I just, for some reason, I just never even looked to see if it got Sucker Punch.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, actually, to be truthful, I was considering dual scarf. Originally, I didn't have Red and Wash. I had Arrow with a scarf on it. So, you weren't wrong to think about dual scarfing there. Yeah, you had setup threats that I didn't expect. Well, I mean, I expected Cloister. I figured that was going to come in as a setup threat, but I did not expect physical Komao. I was expecting Clangorous Soul.
Yeah, actually, I had Clanger's Soul at first, but then I got really nervous about Florges just being able to come in every single time in Wallet.
Yeah.
So that was why I didn't fund that set. I mean, it would have been probably obviously you didn't bring the Florges, so it would have been okay for this match. But if you had Florges, then I just didn't want to get straight up walled by it.
Yeah, I was so scared. Well, mix sets with Clangor's Soul, because Clangor's Soul Omni boosts everything, so you just run Poison Jab and kill my Florges. But I was so afraid of, like, Iron Defense, super bulky Komao that I had nothing for a Dragon Dance variety other than Gengar. Like, the second you Dragon Dance, I was like, oh crap, I hope he doesn't dance again. I need to get into Gengar.
Right, and I thought you might go straight into Gengar, so like as a last ditch effort, but I figured it was safer to just take out a Mon and then scout for the Scarf. I didn't know, and at the time I didn't know if Urshifu was your Scarf for 100% as well, so that was still a threat in my opinion.
Well, with me not having Dragon Dance on Charizard, the second Komao got a dance up, I was like, oh no, I better have Scarf. I think I said in the recording, I have to keep Scarf Gengar, and I have to keep at least one sack so Gengar can switch moves. Because I needed to click Shadow Ball to kill the Zam, and then I needed Sludge Wave to finish off the rest of your team at that point. So.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Urshifu, there's not a lot that switches into Urshifu with the sheer fact it gets both
Iron. Almost nothing.
It gets both Iron Head and Poison Jab, so fairy types just can't, unless you've got a super defensive, like bulky defensive fairy type, not a lot's gonna switch in. So, but yeah,
the only Mon I think that the only Mon I have that like reliably probably switches into Urshifu is Vileplume, which does nothing to the rest of your team.
Yeah, I had Vileplume over
except for Serp, I guess.
Yeah, I had Vileplume over Zone. I really didn't think you were going to bring Magnezone, but I guess it makes sense to bring it to try and trap Fortress. Like,
I wanted to do that earlier on.
Like, I assume you were Magnet Pull with, like, Volt Switch, Hidden Power Fire, and either Specs or Scarf. And
Scarf.
You were Scarf. Okay, yeah. I after the Rotom damage, I wasn't sure if it was Scarf or Specs. Yeah, because I kind of figured you were going to try and take out Fortress to stop me from hazard stacking, and so Cloister could sweep, because I totally forgot that Fortress is base 140 defense. And then Cloister shell smashed, and I was like, shit.
Yeah, I knew that Fortress probably could just take it out. I just didn't see another realistic opportunity to shell smash again, so I just took the damage.
Oh, it was definitely the right spot. I really, why I said, and there's the game when I missed the Toxic, was had I put any sort of damage on you, like if I'd Earthquaked again, then Urshifu would have been able to Sucker Punch and kill you, but then you would have known I had Sucker Punch versus the Zam, and would have played that game for a while. And so
yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah, it was a very tricky position where that Cloister could have just straight up swept me. I was very afraid of it.
Yeah, it's pretty good versus your entire team outside of the fortress.
Yeah,
but it's
if we rematch in playoffs, I'm definitely going to be thinking, okay, Fortress must live before Cloister Shell smashes.
right.
And,
exactly.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't. I guess I should have expected Magneton. Yeah, go ahead.
What was your Zard set? Just Swords Dance, 3 moves?
Swords Dance Roost, Flare Blitz, and Thunder Punch. I had no Dragon move.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't see, running Dance. Okay, I could get faster than Zam after one dance versus being bulkier and being able to put down a ton of damage with a Swords Dance just made more sense. Plus, you have 2 unaware Mons on your team, and so I was really reluctant to bring setup anyways. Which is why Serp didn't come, because of the fact that...
Yeah, and I was...
Yeah. Because of the fact that you had Clef there and Pyukamuku, I was just like, I'm not going to even attempt, even though it has a decent matchup, I'm not even going to attempt to bring Serp this week because it doesn't matter how many Leaf Storms I pump out. He just goes into Unaware Clef, or he goes into Vileplume, which I had over Magneton, and there's nothing I'm going to do. So.
And I was unaware Clef, so I mean that was smart. You have...
At least I finally got payback for LDL versus BLR.
Yeah, that was
finally.
That was another. They're both good matches. I mean, I know that one was really close, and that came down to.
I believe you guys 5-0'd us.
Zoroark.
We got straight up bodied.
It was we were the Zoroark man. We were the one where you didn't calc correctly, or Jake didn't calc correctly.
Oh, yeah, because you guys had Landorus that had rock polished and we were still faster. Yeah, I do remember that.
You were that man.
Yep, okay, I remember that. So,
I think in one way or another, we in both our matches, we both kind of... I mean, I would say you guys probably deserved to win the BRL one and threw it, and then I could have definitely subbed there and probably I think just won the game at that point.
The problem,
I guess you sucker again, right? And then I dazzle.
The problem is if
I would assume
if you had suckered, or if you had gone for sub, it would have come to a 50-50 if I'd clicked Sucker Punch or not, because I was considering clicking Wicked Blow, which would have straight up owed you either way. So
right,
yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, that was a coin flip where I got both the tails on the call because I went for Sucker and you didn't sub. Had it gone any other way, I think
I wish I would have suckered on the Gengar.
Yeah, I would have lost any other way. Had you gone for sub, or had I gone for Wicked Blow and you attacked me, I think I lose that game. Because Gengar has to Shadow Ball Alakazam, and then with Clefable still being at full. And having the berry. Oh, crap, I swallowed something. Hang on. With Clefable having the berry, Gengar wouldn't have been able to OHKO it, so...
Right.
Yeah, that was definitely a...
And I could have got the T if I hit the T wave.
What, on the Urshifu? Or...
No. If in that one scenario where you have Gengar in at the time, if I click T wave, then it's slower than
Oh, when I switched to Charizard. Okay.
But
yeah, no, I was predicting
T wave on the Urshifu only mattered.
Yeah, when you tried to T wave my Gengar, I was predicting you to go Magnezone since you knew that I was Scarfed and probably going to try to Scarf myself into Sludge Wave. So I made a aggressive double into Charizard to try
Right.
and get a free Swords Dance against your Magneton, and I guess that was a really lucky switch for me to keep that T-Wave off. All right.
That was almost. I was really happy to get rid of or get that Zard because I thought it would be D-Dance, but for the extra speed. But at the same time, I would much rather have had the Gengar paralyzed.
Yeah, Gengar getting paralyzed at that point in the game would have been huge for you. So, oh well, I walked away a little lucky on this one, but you know, I'll take it. So,
And at least it wasn't hacks. It really wasn't a hacksy match.
Yeah.
It was more of a lot of coin flips and
you know,
and
you exploding on me.
I think
I was like, he exploded. Okay, I guess he doesn't get to see that I'm carrying Roost. Because I was gonna Roost.
is that what you went for right there?
Yeah, I was trying to Roost on the para, just to get back to full, thinking you were gonna switch, and no, you decided to just blow up on me. So
There was really no use for Magneton anymore. I think it went down to I guess for the Gengar maybe, but I didn't want to Volt Switch and take a hit from Charizard. I didn't want to Hidden Power Fire and then realize you had like Dragon Dance and Swords Dance, and I didn't want to Flash Cannon for the same reason. So I just wanted to explode there. That's why.
yeah.
Just so nothing else took a hit.
Yeah, that was unexpected explosion. So I was like, okay, I guess that happened because I was trying to stay as close to full as possible because Como couldn't OHKO me if I was at full, and then I could get the damage off I needed.
Right.
At that point, if I had gotten the damage off on Como that I needed, then Gengar wouldn't have had to switch moves. I could have just scarfed into Sludge Wave at that point, and I would have killed Como. I would have been able to Sludge Wave into Alakazam, knowing that I had Urshifu to Sucker Punch in the back, and then Clefable and Savali were... Well, Savali was weakened enough to die to Sludge Wave. It would have just been... Or Poison Jab. It would have just been the Clefable then. That would have been a problem. Yeah. Wow.
Right. Yeah. Savali was pretty low.
Yeah. Wow. That was... Okay. Well, that was a match. So, I want to thank...
Yeah. That was definitely a good game. So,
it was a good game.
Hope to see you in playoffs.
Yeah, I hope to too. You know, we got 10 weeks to go, and starting 2-0 not to make playoffs would be kind of crushing. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this video here. Again, thank you, Fleisch, for sitting down for a post-game interview and for a very good match.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week for week 3. It's a battle of the Beartics where we're going to be taking on the Bakersfield Beartics and Miles. So with that, we're going to get out of here.